Hello everyone, welcome to our video tutorial on the construction of a small city using Blender by Anushri and Mohammad Zia, Department of Information Science and Engineering, NMAMIT Nittek. This is how the original screen looks like. Here I'll be using the Blender version 2.7.9. If you are new to Blender, let me start with some of the basic concepts. If you want to select an object, you can do so by right-clicking on the object. To rotate the wave, press and hold the middle mouse button and you can rotate the wave in any of the directions. In Blender, the numbers on the right side number pad are different than the numbers on the top of the keyboard. To change the waves, we should always use the right side number pads. If you want the front wave, press 1. If you want the side wave, press 3. And if you want the top wave, press 7. In Blender, we scroll for zooming in and zooming out of the wave. We press and hold the middle mouse button as well as the shift key for panning the wave. The first step in our construction of a city is to change the mode from object mode to the edit mode. The object mode is used for moving the entire object, whereas the edit mode is used for editing the object. Go to the object mode over here and change it into the edit mode. Now press S on your keyboard for scaling the object. If you press X, the object is restricted for scaling only along X-axis, and if you press Z, the object is restricted for scaling only along Z-axis. Now let me scale the object and shift it into its position. Now let me create another object, that is, let me add another cube by pressing the add option over here and selecting the cube. Now again repeat the same procedures, that is, press S and Z for scaling along Z axis and move the object to its position. Now again select the cube and scale it along x-axis as well as z-axis. Okay, done. Now move it into its position. Now let me save this file as city. Let me save it. Now select the first object and change it into the edit mode. Here we can see three boxes. The first box is vertex selection, where you can select the vertices, and the second box is edge selection, where you can select the edges, and the third box is face selection, where you can select the faces. Now select all the faces and subdivide them twice so that 16 faces are created on each side. Now deselect them and select these four faces by pressing and holding the shift key and selecting each of the faces. Now press key E on the keyboard. Now the selected faces are extruded, that is, the duplicate of the selected face has been created. Now push the selected faces inside so that the door has been created. Now deselect them and select the faces that are above the door. Again, subdivide them twice and deselect them. Now select the faces that are above the door and extrude them. We can do so by pressing the B key and selecting the faces that you want to extrude. Now press E and extrude them and pull them away from the building. Now let us construct the windows on the side face. Select the faces and subdivide them. Okay. Now select the side faces and create the window. Now extrude them and push them inside. The windows are created. Now change the mode from edit mode to the object mode and select the second object and change it into edit mode. I have applied the same procedure for the construction of second and the third building. Now let us change the mode to the object mode and add a plane for the construction of a road. Now the plane has been selected and let us scale it along the x-axis. And move it into its position. Okay. Now let us create street lights by selecting a cylinder. Scale it along x-axis into 0.12 and press enter. Now scale it along y-axis, type 0.12, press enter. Now scale it along z-axis. Scale it along z-axis. Okay. Now scale it again so that the cylinder gets the shape of a street light. Now the street light has been created. Now let us change it into the object mode and create duplicates of it. Okay. Now let us move these objects into their positions. Okay. Now let us color the buildings. Let us select this object and go to the right and select the option over here. Now change the blender render to cycles render. Now select the doors and give it a color which is dark. The color for the door has been selected. Now assign the color to the door. Let us now give some other color to the selected portion of the building. Select the plus over here and select new. Now add a color to the building. Let me add this color and select assign. Okay. Assign. Now let us select the windows. Now let us give it some other color by pressing plus new and change the color to blue. Select assign. The color has been assigned to the building 1. Now let us repeat the same procedure to the building 2 as well as building 3. Now let us go to the object mode and select the second object and go to the edit mode. Now let's give a new color to the windows. Go to plus, add new, select the color. Press on assign. Now select the other parts of the building. Now the second building except the windows and the doors has been selected. Now let us give some other color to the building. Let us give new and select the color. Okay. Assign the color. Now let us select the doors. Let us assign a new color to the doors. The color to the doors has been assigned. We have repeated the same procedure to give color to the third building. Now let us select the object mode and select these objects. And give color to them. Go to edit mode and then select the colors. Okay, now click on assign and the color has been assigned. Now let us color the road. Go to object mode and select the road. Now go to edit mode. Subdivide the roads 4 times. Okay. Now Now let's assign the color for these selected faces. Press on new and select the color. Let it be white, so assign the color. Now let us select the other faces of the road. Now all the other faces except these faces are selected. Now let us give a color for the selected faces. That is let us assign this color to the road. Okay. Now the color for the road has been assigned. Now to change the background color, let's go to the globe over here and change the color. Okay. Okay, the color has been assigned. Now go to the object mode and select add, mesh and a plane. Scale the plane in x-axis as well as y-axis. Now the plane has been scaled along x as well as the y-axis. Now place the plane below our objects. And give it a color. Go to the globe over here, select new and add color. Let me add a greenish color. Okay. And assign the color. Now our city is ready. Now let us place the camera in the required position. Go to the object mode, select the camera and drag it wherever you want. Now I have placed the camera over here. Rotate the camera so that the camera faces the buildings. We can do so by pressing the R on a keypad and lock it along the z-axis. Now the camera is over here. Press 0 to see the camera view. Now press N and select the lock camera to view option. Now set the view on the camera. Now the camera view has been set. Now press 1 to come out of the camera view and now go to add and select a plane. Now scale this plane along x as well as y axis. Now place this plane behind the camera so that it acts as a emissive material. Now select the globe option over here, add new, and select the emission option. Change the mode to the edit mode and press on assign. Now rotate the plane so that it is behind the camera. Now press on 0 again to set the camera view. Now go back to front view and go to the camera option over here. Now come down and select the sampling and change the render and preview into 150 and 32 respectively. More the number in the render, the more time it will take for rendering. Now go back to this render option and click on the render over here. Rendering is the name given to the process in three-dimensional graphics whereby a geometric description of an object is converted into a two-dimensional image plane representation that looks real. This is the image after rendering. Now we can save this image over here. Save as image. Change the name. And save. Okay. To exit from render, press on escape. This concludes our video. Thanks for watching.